let me ask you a question. See, when you bought your property, did you understand what drove the property market firsthand? No. Did you understand what drove the prices up to the point where you entered the market? No. Did you understand what accelerated the prices when you were watching your property prices going up when you were down the boozer, boring the shit out of everybody about how great a property guy you were? No. Right, so is any surprise you've been caught with your fucking trousers around your ankles when the thing that drove the property prices up in the first place, that then drove the prices for you to enter into the market, that then drove the prices up when you thought, hey, I'm fucking Alan Sugar, I'm ready to take over the world. And then you go, oh, I didn't see it coming. And you go, well, what does that tell you about like your thought process of getting into this game? And that's interestingly the gem in that whole story. Because here we are now, where you go, hey, look, I'm 50, and between 50 and 60, I've got a game plan. I've got a goal that I want to achieve. I'm not quite sharp on what that goal is, but I've got a rough idea of what I would like to do. And what you've got in your tool belt now is that experience where you go, I could figure, looking back now through this situation, if I do a little bit of, research, I can understand and learn better about how I got into it, what worked, what didn't work. If I had my time again, what would I do? And that,
well, yeah, it's a good point. So I would say something you said a wee bit earlier is so true. The thing that I have now is the experience of things going wrong, which means I'll never make those same mistakes again. And the example you give about with any asset, say it's a property, whatever, goes from 50 to 150, like I'd probably sell it as it went past 120 now. Like I will never miss an opportunity to take a profit on something again. And it's often about speed, isn't it? It's about speed of decision making, speed of moving money. And that is a lesson I have learned. Now, I'm not going to get into criticizing previous partners. I really am not. But when you have multiple stakeholders to make any decision, that is something, again, that I won't be falling into again. That's a lesson I've learned, is that if I'm going to be investing, I'll be doing it myself, or I'll be doing it with someone who's proven to make quick decisions, because sloth in decision making is partly why some of those mistakes happened. And I'll take responsibility for that. I'm not blaming anyone else, but it's a lesson I've learned. So there's a lot of power in what you said there, Geo, about the fact is it's not the same as starting at 0 at 20 or 30, because I have that experience and I've learned those lessons. So I know, that's a big deal. Let me
give you an example, right? I'm going to put it to you. Right, you start from 50 to...
Sorry.
Half a stone lighter now.
Yeah, right, go for it.
So here's an example. I'm going to offer you, remember the movie Men in Black with the flashy thing?
Yeah.
It would wipe your memory.
Yeah.
Right. So a lot of the cop-outs, let's not fuck about, let's call them what they are, cop-outs. Like people go, but you've got money. Right, cop-out. Fucking cop-out. Let me explain why. I'm going to give you the choice. Right, you've got 30 years worth of wisdom under your belt in your adult life. I'm going to give you the choice. Tomorrow you can start with £1 million and you can build a legacy, but we're going to use the Men in Black flashy thing and wipe all your knowledge. Right? Or you can keep the knowledge, you start from 0 and you can go from 50 to 60. What one do you choose?
I know it's a trick question, but I'll actually go with the 0. I'll keep my memory and I'll go with the 0. And partly it's because it's more exciting. And life for me needs to be exciting. Like, it's a bit like when a new client comes to me in my coaching business, I'll only work with someone if our first call, we have a fucking brilliant laugh. And people would say, that's crazy. You know, you're going to turn down someone offering to pay you $6,000 to work with you for 6 months. Well, yeah, actually, I will. If it's going to be a shit vibe, yeah, I will. If we're not going to have a laugh together, I'm not in. And so I'll take your challenge there and I'll say, yeah, I'd actually go with the zero money and the 20, 30 years of experience, because it's like the equivalent of having a laugh with a client. It's way more exciting. I'm not saying it wouldn't be tempting. Of course it's tempting to say, oh yeah, give me the $1 million, I'll work it out. But would I work it out if my memory had been zeroed? Probably
make all
not, to
the-
be honest.
you
I just
Think all the mistakes you've made over the 30
exactly. I
years.
just bust the million. It would
Yeah.
be gone in a year.
You'd
I
be,
mean-
you'd be sitting there in like year 3 with 0 and fucking no wisdom, and you'd be like, shit.
Yeah.
What
Well, I
did I
might
do?
have some wisdom, but I'd have no money.
Well,
and
you'd
I'd
have
then
3
have to
years.
start
You'd have
again.
3 years of wisdom, and you'd be
Yeah.
like, what did I do? And this is the thing.
Yeah, it's a funny one because let's be honest, most people, and of course it's tempting, most people would go for the million. They'd be like, oh, I'll work it out, geese the million. But it's like the lottery. It's just like the lottery. People like, they're on their uppers, they're having a bad time financially, and they're like, oh, fuck it, I'll just play the lottery. It's like, really? You would be better off to buy a decent book.
Exposes the